Okay, boom, I'm live. Alright. Hello everybody, it's Glass Half Dead here. What's up? Thanks for joining in. We have today the biggest thing that's happened in Kill Team for a year and a half. So this is super exciting. Thank you for joining me. I'm hyped. Okay. Here we see... Boom, I'm live. Ooh. Alright. Let's stop that. Hold up. Boom. Awkward. You'd think I suck at being a YouTuber or something. Okay, contents page. Take it in. Enjoy. Right, I'm hyped. For those of you unaware, Kill Team has just had an expansion release called Pariah Nexus, and by released, I mean it's releasing in 2 weeks. This is a super early leak. I don't know of any Warhammer product that has leaked this early before. I'm kind of just making noise whilst you guys take in the contents page, just for hype, really. I could immediately move on. Let me tell you what this stream is going to be. I am going to slowly go over all of these, and I'm not really going to say much about them. Then at the end, I'm going to go back and give my thoughts on them. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. This is live. If you're watching this after it's live, jump to the page and pause it so that you can take it all in. We know that's what you're going to do. However, before we get started, we've got two things to consider. Firstly is I don't have the entire book. Obviously, I got these leaks from somebody else. So, for example, the first page 4 to 18 in the contents there, I don't have those. I don't know what the fluff is here. The close confines rules, I don't have those. I don't know what they are. It's possible those have changed. For example, we saw in one of the leaks, there was something called a firing position. I still have no idea what that is. Okay. Everything else I do have though. Right. Oh, I don't have any tactics. Apart from one tactic, which I'm obviously going to show you because it's hilarious. So, for those of you new, don't worry, just ignore this. For all of the old guard out there, Death Denied is back to 2CP. I'm not making any comment about this. It is what it is, right? We can all amuse ourselves about that. Cool. Is that going to get FAQ'd? Don't know. Don't care. All right. Now, before we jump into it, we do have one final thing. For those of you that are aware of my channel, I'd like to give you a hello. And for those of you that are subscribed to my channel, I'd like to give you a big double hello. Yes, unfortunately, this is live, so you don't get any cool pirate music sound over the top of it. No fancy text this time, but they will be in the next one. If you'd like a double hello, the coveted double hello, subscribe now, leave a like, leave us a comment, all that good stuff. Maybe even check out my Patreon. And I also have a Discord where actually most of this stuff is going to be posted in full HQ as soon as I finish this stream, if you want to look at them at your leisure. I don't know if it's leisure or leisure. Okay, I think we've seen the contents page for long enough. Let's do it. Oh, right. Sorry, one more thing. I just want to get this out of the way. Basically, everything you think is what's happened. If you see the contents page, those are all of the new units. Everything is 9th edition. Okay? Everything's 9th edition. If you play 40k and you have the Marines or you have the Necrons, you already know all of their stats. There you go. So, the only actual interesting thing here is which units have been added and the points costs. We don't get to the points cost till the end, and at that point the leaks kind of go away. So anyway, let's dive into it, guys. Scouts, Tactical Marines, first things first, all of the wording on their abilities is the same. And they shall know no fear, no change there. Transhuman physiology, camo cloak, all the same. All specs, the same. I've already read through it, don't worry. There are no other changes. I didn't notice any additional specialists or anything. Cool. Here it is, guys. 2 wound mini marines. However, have they also gone up in points? Yes. Yes, they have. So hold on till I get to the points section for that. As I haven't gone through all of the top things there to actually figure out if those are different. But do notice, as I'm noticing now, that for the scouts, I don't believe they had any sort of addendum when it comes to them being Space Wolves. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. But now it's saying one Space Wolf Scout in your kill team can replace their bolt gun and bolt pistol with a bolt pistol and power axe, bolt pistol, power sword, bolt gun, plasma pistol. So it does seem Space Wolf Scouts get new things. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Don't know if that's going to hugely affect everything, but that's pretty fluffy. Don't know why they haven't done it for Blood Angels or Dark Angels. Let's go next. I keep clicking away and it's annoying me. Right. So here's another very cool thing that they've done. And by very cool thing, what I mean is what they should have done in the first place. They have separated out the Sternguard veterans, the Vanguard veterans, and the other type of veteran. For those of you that have bought the annual, the veteran, like the whole veteran data sheet was an absolute mess. Like it required its somebody, you know, the community had gone out there and actually like separated them out already. Finally, GW copies the community and we can actually read stuff. Anyway, 2 Wound Marines, it is what it is. Yep, they're veterans. I haven't gone through these. I don't know if there are new things. Who knows? However, do note, right, on the Vanguard veteran there, look at the bottom. We've got a keyword about Deathwatch. A Deathwatch Vanguard veteran or Deathwatch Vanguard sergeant may replace its bolt pistol and Astartes chainsword with a heavy thunderhammer. Nobody else can do that. Cool. There are Deathwatch unique rules, which I have not gotten to yet. I'll cover them at the end because I haven't been given them yet. I might not get them by the end of this stream. Alright, let's keep going. Heavy Intercessors, Deathwatch Veterans. Interesting. So, Deathwatch Veterans, all 2 wounds. That's really good. Deathwatch have been struggling for a long time. The move to 2 wounds is really big. However, this does mean that no other Marines are getting the 2 wounds, which is consistent with 40k so far. Like Grey Knights, Thousand Suns, Death Guard, etc. Well, Death Guard have now in 40k. But when just the Space Marine Codex had released, they had stayed at 1. So, it is what it is. Heavy Intercessors, obviously, we all want to know how many points they are, because Games Workshop told us they were going to be 2 more points than an Intercessor, which would make them 17 points, right? We haven't got to the points yet. But aside from that, they don't have anything particularly special that makes them stand out any more than anything else, right? Cool. They're really tough. Why would you now take a Terminator instead of Heavy Intercessors or Blade Guard Veterans, which are coming up in a moment? It's a very good question. Unless they've changed the points cost for a Terminator. Anyway, Deathwatch Veterans, I hope you've seen all of that. Do note, Combat Shield, Storm Shields, we no longer get the 3-up invuln. These are different things now. You know what, I'm here, I'll read it for you. That's what I'm meant to be doing, right? So a Storm Shield, add 1 to saving throws made for a model armed with a Storm Shield, excluding invuln saves. In addition, it has a 4-up invuln save. So, cool. So the Storm Shield there makes you a 2-up save with a 4-up invuln. That's really good. What? Can anyone take the Storm Shield? I shouldn't stop and read this, should I? I should keep going. Somebody else, please read that and tell me. And then the Combat Shield, add 1 to saving throws made for a model armed with the Combat Shield, excluding invuln saves. In addition, it has a 5-up invuln save. I suspect we're going to see a pretty big points difference between the Combat Shield and the Storm Shield. Okay. Terminators. I haven't read this. I assume there are no changes, right? Let's take a look, shall we? Do we see anything interesting? Not really. Storm Shield again, which is going to be the same as it. +1 saving throws, 4-up invuln. Cool. Alright, nice. Is there anything new? Nope. Again, it's all going to come down to points. Have they been lowered? Have they been increased? Now, we have a company veteran, which is a chapter agnostic type thing compared to a Sternguard. It's another veteran data sheet. And then we've got the Blade Guard veterans. Again, these are just the 9th edition stats with no additional things. The only cool thing being, of course, that we have a Storm Shield, which we know what it does. a shout out and a question actually to all of my 40k players here. I haven't checked. Do you know what the... It is the Blade Guard Veteran, right? Heavy bolt pistol, mastercrafted power sword. Oh, I thought it was the Blade Guard... Yes, sorry. So a Blade Guard Veteran Sergeant may replace the heavy bolt pistol with a Neo-Volkite pistol. What does the Neo-Volkite pistol do in 40k? I've already read this. I know what it does in Kill Team. It gives you, on the roll of a 6, the enemy takes a mortal wound. It's also 15-inch range. So I assume that's the same as 40k. Let's find out. Intercessors and... Oh, do Terminators have 3 wounds? Yes, they do. There you go. But obviously so do the Blade Guard Vets and the Heavy Intercessors there. Cool. Intercessors, Assault Intercessors. Now, of course, the Assault Intercessors are new. And the only difference is the Astartes Chainsword. Cool. I suppose the only other difference, of course, is the Assault Intercessors will now be getting the Astartes Chainsword. Is that +1 attack, -1 AP? And we have to see how that compares points-wise to just a power sword, which I believe is now +1 strength, -3 AP. So we have to see what that does points-wise. Again, here we have commanders. I'm not really going to talk about the commanders. I don't know enough to really say much, but we have Captain with Mastercrafted Heavy Bolt Rifle and Captain in Gravis Armor. These are just generic Space Marine captains again. To me, I don't really know what these are, what we're missing. If you're interested in more Commander stuff, please go and check out the Facebook page called Commanders International. They also have a Discord now, which you can find through their Facebook page. They know what they're talking about. If you're a Commanders person, check that stuff out. I couldn't speak on these, to be honest with you. Obviously, we will check out what their points costs are. The Judicar is also a commander, so that's another reason to go over and check out whatever the Commanders International guys are doing. Cool. I don't even know if he's good. What's an Executioner Relic Blade? Strength +3, AP -3, damage 2. Each unmodified wound roll of 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to any other damage. Sounds like a killer, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Blade parry for a invuln in the fight save. I assume all of this stuff is just ported straight over 40k. I actually don't know. Right, here we have weapon stats. Now towards the bottom of the page, it does get a little bit hard to see. I am briefly... Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can move my webcam out of the way so that people can actually see it fully. Okay, cool. Right. There you go. Take a picture, take a screenshot. Oh, wait, no, don't bother. Sorry. I'm going to be putting all of these up on my Discord. It's fine. You can just get it straight from there. Cool. Again, as I said at the beginning, everything is now the 9th edition. There's nothing else I can say. It's all 9th edition stuff. Nothing's been held back to 8th as far as I'm aware. So, if you have the 9th edition stuff, this is now the stats you have in Kill Team. We've got the Heavy Bolters, 2 damage. We've got... Oh, notice on the Infernus Heavy Bolter there, chaps, the Deathwatch chaps, Infernus Heavy Bolt is up to 2 damage if you're using the Heavy Bolter. Really cool. What was the other thing I'd noticed? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, Hand Flamer, 12 inches. Now that's a big thing, because that means all flamers are 12, lads. That's really big. That's really big. The real question is, are we going to be getting a day 1 FAQ where we update goes up to 12 inches for all flame weapons, for all heavy bolters? We don't know. We don't know. And we're not going to know until release day, obviously. No amount of leaks are going to change that, but that could be huge. It could be absolutely huge if we do or do not get it, because I've already checked the points for a flamer. Hasn't changed. So if Marines get the flamer going up to 12 inches and still cost the same amount of points, but every other faction remains at 8-inch flamer for the same points cost, obviously, big power differential. Cool. The frag cannon. People are talking about the frag cannon. I can't see it because looking is difficult. So I'm just going to go to the next page. If I could click. Nice. Yep. Cool. There you go. Scout sniper rifle gets the AP. Sniper rifles have needed a buff for a long time. Thank God they got it. Awesome. Apart from that, everything else stays the same. Lightning claws, AP -2. I know some people had said lightning claws are now the new thing. Why was that? I can't remember. I'm completely blanking. They still give you 1 extra attack. And you can reroll the wound roll. There's no buff to their strength, but they get AP -2. That's the same, isn't it? Has that changed? I don't know. But anyway, cool. Nice. Xenophase Blade for the Deathwatch guys. Again, don't know why I'm talking about Deathwatch so much. Strength is +1. AP is -4. Still reroll invuln saves. Okay. Oh, look, points. Nice. Enjoy. Enjoy. I'll just kind of like, I'll take a sip of my tea whilst you enjoy. Okay. I'm not going to say anything about the points yet, because we have the points here. We also need to know, what's the other thing? The cost of the weapons. So, oh, okay. Michael Tomazuski, sorry about pronouncing your name that way. The Lightning Claws didn't get it in that case. Oh, okay, right. Okay, yes, in that case, as Robert points out, you just need 1 claw and you get the extra attack. And I'm not going to try and keep up the chat anymore because I cannot. Right, let's take a look at it, guys. So, normal tactical marines have gone to 2 wounds and now gone up to 14 points, up from 12. Do we think 2 points is worth 1 wound? Don't know. Don't know. Blade Guard veterans sitting in comfortably at 24, but I suspect we're really going to be wanting to look at the Sergeant at 25, see how much that Volkite pistol costs, right? Deathwatch veterans up to 15. I think they were 14 before, or am I making that up again? Don't know. Let me check. Okay, I think I've got the leak. Let me see if I can tell you how Deathwatch... Okay, I've got the Deathwatch kill teams thing. I'll bring that up in just a moment, and we will see whether or not Deathwatch still have to pay extra for their bulk weapons, okay? Because I don't know. Let's find out. Is there anything else here that's interesting? Yes. So, everything but pretty much remains the same. All the Primaris stay the same. The Intercessors haven't gone up, etc, etc. Heavy Intercessors are 17, okay? Let's see how much their weapons cost, because that's what we need to know, right? We need to know how much does a regular weapon for them cost. And likewise, the... Where is it? Blade Guard veterans, are they paying more for each weapon? Or are they just doing what they're doing? Let's go. More points costs. That means it's another sip of the tea, as you guys enjoy. Okay. Is this good, guys? Just the content you want? Good. Good. Right, Combat Shield and Storm Shields are both 5. In case anybody's wondering, as we called them out earlier. Right, as I said, Flamers, still 3 points, no changes there. Which is going to mean we kind of probably need a day 1 FAQ to update everybody's Flamers, I suspect. How much is a Heavy Bolter now? Because, don't forget, you could have a Scout Gunner at 10 points and a Heavy Bolter at 4 points. 14 points, now it is 6 points. Okay. Okay, you're paying 2 points for an extra damage. And an extra AP, right? Seems pretty good to me. Anyway, 17 points plus 6 for a heavy bolter. We know the article, of course, already told us that we can take a heavy intercessor with 2 heavy intercessors with heavy bolters. Now they're sitting pretty at 25 points. However, what are the other weapons they could take? I can't remember. Hope nobody minds, but I'm going to go and answer this question quickly. Why not? Where are they? Here we go. So the other weapons they could take, heavy bolt rifle is their default weapon. Hellstorm bolt rifle, executor bolt. Okay, let's check the heavy bolt rifle first, because that's their default. Right, where's the heavy bolt rifle? 0 points. So you can actually get a heavy intercessor at 17 points, okay? And what does the heavy bolt rifle do? If I could find it, I'd tell you. Heavy bolt rifle, rapid fire 1, strength 5, AP -1. Okay, that's fine. That's what we expected. Then what was the other one? It was an executioner bolt rifle, I think. Yeah. Oh, executor heavy bolter. That's 7 points. Probably won't even look at what that is. Anyway, you can see right there what's going on. Okay. I might come back to this at the end. Let's keep going. There are Necron players that want to know what's going on, right? We will come back to this. Oh, this is just more stuff. So again, everything here is pretty much just upgraded to 9th edition. Yep. Cool. Alright, moving on. Again, if anybody wants to look at these lists properly, check out my Discord. All of these are going to be up in there after I finish this live stream. Okay. Immortals T5. That's big. Flayed ones, identical. Now, Flayed ones got quite a few upgrades of the abilities in 40k, and they don't have them now, so that's fine. As far as I'm aware, everything else on their stat line is the same. 4-up save, leadership 10, 3 attacks, they've always had that, movement 5. The question is, chaps, have Flayer Claws changed? Have their points changed? Anyway, Immortals are now T5, which is really good for them, actually. Yeah. Cool. People are saying there's no auto hit on the frag cannon now. I'm obviously going to have to go back and check that out. But if Immortals stay the same, were they 16 points, I want to say? Yeah, they were. Going to T5 is pretty useful. Nobody's really taking any sort of Immortal spam, but they do turn up in 1 or 2 lists, and being T5 is really strong. Oh yes, sorry. Reanimation Protocols got an updated 9th edition, no change in Kill Team, which I think is fine, because Reanimation Protocols was never the same in Kill Team. No big deal. Deathmark Necron Warriors. Deathmark is now Ballistic Skill 2, T5. Lovely. Lovely. Now, and the Synaptic Disintegrator, I'm going to tell you right now, as I've said already, already goes up to the 9th edition, which means a Death Mark, who knows what has happened to the points, but the Death Mark is viable. That 2-up save and the Synaptic Disintegrator becoming so much stronger, really good. Necron Warrior, I assume, is the same, hasn't gone up in toughness, cool. And as we already knew, you now have the other weapon option, which we already know what it is from various leaks. So that's fine, all good there. Lich Guard, I haven't actually looked at this at all. The Lich Guard and Praetorians, I assume they're just the same. Hold on now. Have Lich Guard always been Strength 5 and T5? Oh my god, they're 3 attacks. Oh yeah, sorry, and 2 attacks on the Immortals as well now. A Lich Guard being base 3 attacks. And have they always been base Strength 5? Anyway, whatever. Lich Guards looking terrifying. Cool. Yes. 2 wounds. They've always been 2 wounds. I know that. Moving on. Chronomancer. I don't know anything about her Necron commanders, so I'm not really going to say anything here. I'll leave it up for a little bit so that you can check it out. Again, if you want to check out anything about commanders, I'm not the guy to talk to. I only have a very basic working knowledge of them. Go check out the Commanders International Facebook page. People there more than happy to talk to you, I'm sure. Do note, I suppose, that this guy doesn't have reanimation protocols. Is that the same in 40k? That seems weird. I'm just going to throw that out there. Seems very odd. But it could be possible. Anyway, they've got living metal instead, which I guess people think is better, but I probably don't. Overlord. This presumably has changed. I don't know, though. It's a commander. I don't know. Royal Warden. Technomancer. These are more commanders. I don't know what these mean. Same here. These are also commanders. Lovely. I'm giving really good content. Okay, here's the points. This is what we cared about. So, death marks and immortals. So, sorry, death marks have gone up 1 point. Immortals have gone up 2. Flayed ones have remained the same. And I'm just going to tell you now, if you look further down, is it here? Flare claws, 0 points. Boys, flayed ones have had a buff. And there's no points increase for them. What? That's crazy. Necron Warriors remain the same. I think the Triarch Praetorians and the Lich Guard have both gone up, which makes sense as they're now much more hitty. Ranged weapons, nothing costs any points, so that's fine. Cool. Let's check out. Oh, these are the commander points. Again, I don't really remember what was what back then. A Royal Warden, level 1 is going to cost you 46 points, which is a nice cheap model, I guess, that can still get stuff done. 86 for the Overlord sounds about right to where it was before, but again, I don't really know. Ooh. Okay, this is a smaller... Let's see if I can zoom in a smidge, shall we? Oh, that doesn't help much. Alright. Okay, anyway, the most important thing here, in my opinion, is Flare Claws have indeed gone up to 9th edition. You are now at AP -1. Oh, Flayed ones, why do you do this to me? Flayed ones were already so good. I really don't know what they were thinking on this one, but fair enough. What is the... What was the name? The Void Scythe. The War Scythe. For the Flayed Guard are +2, -4, 2 damage. That feels like it's the same. Anyway, here you go. My main takeaway here is Flayed One Claws. Flare Claws. Oof, really good. Okay. Oh, and this is just the stats for the Necron stuff. The only thing I'd really draw your attention to here, for those of you that don't know, is the Synaptic Disintegrator. There you go. That is significantly better, I would probably say. Partly because of the platform it's on. Hitting on 2s now, way better than hitting on 3s. But it's also now strength 5, AP -2. Very nice. Like, that's going to be a really good marine killer, for example. Only 1 damage, heavy 1 shot. I immediately take that back. Everything of yours now has 2 wounds. So. Yep. Tesla Carbines still says each unmodified hit roll of 6 causes 3 hits, so that is the wording from last time already fixed. Back in 40k, they used to have an issue where it was just each hit roll, so you could modify it with buffs and negatives, and that just never worked for Kill Team because it's so easy to get a negative that you basically never exploded, and so the Tesla was always bad. Oh, and that's the end of them. That's the end. Okay. Watch that for a second, guys. I'm going to go and find this. Deathwatch. I don't know how to get this to you. without being weird. Can I show you this? Yeah, I think so. Alright, hold on guys. We've got the Deathwatch kill team rules coming up, okay? Can I show you this? Yes. Is that going to work? Has that worked? Yes. Oh, delightful. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it to you. Am I? No, it looks the same. Okay. You still have mission tactics, which I assume is the same. Reroll wound rolls of 1 for attacks made models in your kill team that target a model from the data sheet. So you pick a data sheet. Cool. Your everything's +2, apart from the Stormbolter, which is +4. Can you take new things? When you add an Adeptus Astartes model, excluding Scout, Sternguard Vet, Tactical Marine, to your command roster, you can choose for it to have the Deathwatch faction keyword instead of the Adeptus Astartes faction keyword. If you do so, it gains the special issue ammunition, but you must add the relevant additional point values opposite to the model's total points if it's equipped with any of the range. Okay. Okay. Cool. So that means you can take your Blade Guard. Now, I assume this means you can also take, for example, Eliminators, the Vanguard stuff. But now that I'm thinking about it, the Vanguard datasheets weren't reprinted here, so they're all the same, which you can find in the annual 2019. Is that right? Or am I... Yeah. So, that opens up a nice wide range of possibilities for the Deathwatch. That's really cool. Cool. Death denied for Deathwatch? I'm assuming not. I don't know though. I'm probably not going to be able to answer you. There you go. Right. Okay. There you go, guys. That's everything. Boom. That was fun. Only took half an hour. What were the questions? I haven't paid any attention to the chat. I apologize. What question? So somebody mentioned heavy frag cannons. Now, okay, so everybody, hi. If you want to get all of these pictures, check out my Discord. There's a link in the description. You will have all of these uploaded once this stream ends. I'm now just going to mess around for another half hour. The stream is effectively over in regards to new content. Okay, cool. So, right, we were saying... Now, sorry, I'm just looking around for my own interest now. And I'm going to be talking to chat. Deathwatch Frag Cannon. Oh, damn. Deathwatch Frag Cannon has indeed lost. I assume it lost that in 40k as well, right? Long Ghost Master. Necrons only got commander models. They got all of their stuff that they already had updated to 9th, but yes, they didn't actually gain any new models outside of the commanders. That's true. Which is, I don't know about you guys, but I feel a little bit cheated by GW when they said that very misleading wording regarding the Indomitus box, right? I genuinely thought I was going to be able to use these new Necrons I had. Like, maybe not, okay, maybe not the Reanimator, but I thought maybe the Scarabs, even the Scorpec Destroyers. I thought they were going to be in kill team. So that's a bit weird. Yeah. Yes, that frag cannon's looking very different, isn't it? Yeah. That's a bit meh. I mean, that's a completely different gun. Nope, no crypto thralls. No bikes. Nope. No. Sorry, guys. What's going on here, then? What do people want to see more of? All the flamers up to... Somebody just asked a question. I'm not paying any attention. Sorry. No Necron Destroyers? No. It's not every model from the box. It is not. That is true. The release date... yeah, so the pre-order goes up on the 27th. GW has said that, and then it releases the next week. So, like, March the 6th, I think? Something like that. Yeah. Are heavy bolters the best choice? You know what? Heavy bolters have gone up to 6. What have missile launchers gone to? That's a good question. Let's find out. Missile launchers. If I can read 5. I feel like it's always been 5 points. Yeah, I'd go with a heavy bolter. Yeah, 1 point extra. You're getting 3 shots instead of 1 for the crack. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like heavy bolter is the way to go for that. Neo Volkite pistol. Relic blade, still 3 points, still really good. Let's go check out that Blade Guard veteran. Right, heavy bolt pistol. Mastercrafted power sword. Let's check out what that is, because I've got no clue. Mastercrafted power sword is strength +1, AP -3, damage 2. That's a killer. Whatever that hits, it's a killer. And a U strength, just strength 4. Okay, so this will take you to strength 5, but how much does that cost? Mastercrafted, where is it? Power sword, 0 points. Okay, yeah, that's about what I expected. Special issue bolt carbine. Right, thank you. So the special issue bolt carbine, 0 points. .24" assault 2, strength 4, AP -2, damage 2. What did we want to know about that? Didn't that go up? Didn't one of the assault weapons go up to 3? Just a bolt carbine. Am I making this up in my head? Thank you very much, Broforce. Do you think the Necrons will have a recursion element flames in the new? Ooh, so I suspect. Obviously, keep in mind that this is purely for a narrative type game, Broforce. They wouldn't, you know, it would be some sort of effect that happens only on that specific board. They could do, but to be honest with you, the way Arena works, or has worked in the past, you can easily get all 5 of your flayed ones on the board, and not dead at all times. So it kind of sucks, but like, for there to be a cool recursion element for the Necrons, you just need more models. Like, you need minimum 10 flayed ones, and I don't know, something like you could only ever have 6 on the board at a time, and like, yeah, you just don't have enough models to do a recursion thing. I suspect if the playtesters knew that the box set was going to have 5 flayed ones, 5 heavy intercessors, then I suspect that they would have done some sort of, okay, we need to have a mission where the Necrons get to come back. But yeah, I don't know if they're actually going to do that, because I know that there's quite a disconnect between what comes out in a box and the people writing the rules. They don't always know what's what. They kind of create a full rule set, and then some other stuff, like marketing throws in a thing. Who gets the special issue bolt carbine? Let's find out. Right, okay, special issue bolt carbine. Do we know that already? Is this just... Oh, the auto bolt rifle. Okay, right. Do we know who gets the special issue bolt carbine? Is that going to be the veterans? Stern Guard? Let's check. No, Ed, I don't. Okay, so the Stern Guard get the special issue bolt gun, and they can then exchange their bolt gun for Storm Shield, or one item from the combi weapons, special weapons, pistols, or melee weapons. With the bolt gun, one item from the combi weapons. So I assume that the special issue bolt carbine is just a special weapon, right? So anyone that can take a special weapon can take a special issue bolt carbine. Commanders get the special issue carbine. Okay, so let's go find the special issue carbine. Right. It's going to be under the points where we find out what that actually is. No, it's not. Okay. Am I being stupid? Well, yes. But it doesn't actually say which ones are the special weapons. I think that might have to be a pass on that. Oh, okay. I mean, for sure, like, they wouldn't include any sort of specific, like, kill zone rules. Yeah, those have never been included in any sort of tournament. Like, we already have kill zone unique rules. So, yeah. However, things like what is a firing point, that might need to be included. Primaris Lieutenant Captain. Okay. You can't swap that out. Captain in Gravis armor. Who? Plasma Cannon and Storm Shield on a DA vet. Do you want to do that? Alright. Is that going to be Sterngard or Company? Casey. Sup. Everything's been upgraded to its 9th edition rules. There you go. You're welcome. Points costs are kill team unique. They don't follow 40k. There you go. Boom. Phobos Lieutenant. Oh, okay. Alright, so that is something that already exists and is a commander, which is why I don't know who can take it. That makes sense. There was no mention of re-releasing the Deathwatch Forest because it was generally considered one of the worst expansions when it released. Necron weapons, alright. Yeah, cool. Let's go check that out. Where are we going? Keep going. A little bit difficult to see that picture, isn't it? Those are all the melees. You can see that one a little bit better. Again, the main thing here is the Synaptic Disintegrator and the model that's going on to. I've got to say, it's an interesting one. Like the Synaptic Disintegrator, Strength 5, AP -2, really good. However, Rogue Plank, Flare Claws, no longer reroll the wound. That's something that a Flayed one does. No? Oh, let me go read. Flare Claws, no longer reroll the wounds. There you go. Oh, okay. Gosh. You would have thought, whilst reading it, I would have noticed that, right? Yeah, so... Flayers can no longer reroll wounds, which is pretty big. Which actually probably justifies them being 10 points still. They've got -1 AP on their weapons, but they can't reroll. Lord Ornifus, there are no bikers. Completely disregard any notion that GW gave you of there being any of the Indomitus units in this box, okay? Just throw that away. Yes, that's right, Kill Team Granada. OEME, overall buff or nerf? Oh man, I'd have to whip out my Math Hammer app on that. I actually don't know off the top of my head. I would assume this is a nerf. AP -1 is good, but I'd rather reroll wounds. It depends who you're up against. But overall, this is probably less. Don't know. Lightning Claws no longer reroll wounds, but they get extra attack. Yes. Again, clearly I just had some sort of bizarre hole in my knowledge that Lightning Claws allowed you to reroll wounds. Oh, sure. If you have a tournament in March, there's no real reason to include this because it will have only just released. And it's only for 2 factions, you know. There are Indomitus units in this book, but there are not all of the Indomitus units in this book, which is what they had very heavily implied, / very poorly worded. Yeah. Imperial Titans Kill Team. Yep, that's the next expansion right after Pariah Nexus. We're getting Indomitus Crusaders. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do Deathwatch Primaris lose Seer? No. They don't. They keep Seer as long as you have one of the bolt guns listed. If you don't have one of those bolt guns, then you don't use it. So I assume, does that mean that they lose it because they don't have the correct weapons? Let's find out. I have to load it up again. Sorry, guys. Oh, God. Where are we? Hold up. Hold up. Let's reread, shall we? Boom. Okay. If you fire an auto bolt rifle, a bolt carbine, a bolt pistol, a bolt rifle, bolt gun, combi flamer, combi melter, combi plasma, heavy bolt pistol, stalker bolt rifle, stalker pattern bolt gun, or storm bolter, you can choose one kind of ammunition for the table below and apply the corresponding modifier. Aquila Kill Team. When you add an Adeptus Astartes model, excluding Scout, Sternguard Vet, Tactical Marine, to your command roster and create a state card, you can choose for it to have the Deathwatch faction keyword instead of the Adeptus Astartes keyword, which, yes, does mean no death denied for whoever asked it earlier. If you do so, it gains the special issue ammunition ability, but you must add the relevant additional points values opposite to the model's total point values if equipped with any of the ranged weapons. Now, chaps, bolt pistol, combi flamer, combi melter, combi plasma, storm bolter. This just seems like you don't have to pay the extra points costs for Primaris, and they still get to use Seer. Right? That's what this says to me. Have I misread it? Is this the same as it was before, or is this a buff? Because right now, it seems like you can take an auto bolt rifle and have it wounding on 2s. Yep, Hellfire round is still wound on 2s, which I know that they had changed over in 40k. They've changed that Seer list. Here it's the same. So that seems pretty good to me. You just get straight better, more killy Primaris models. However, you obviously don't get the tactics, of which Death Denied is pretty big. So that seems cool to me. I like that. I like that I'd be able to run a Deathwatch list and an Astartes list with the same models. And just say, oh, you know what, in this game, I want to be wounding on 2s. You know? Yes, let's check the auto bolt rifle. Assault 3, yes. Now, the auto bolt rifle there is going to be really big in arena, I suspect. Because, well, especially with Deathwatch, because you'll be able to give it AP. Or you have it wounding on 2s. I mean, that's a really good gun to be able to run around. So, yeah. There you go. So that sounds pretty good. Obviously, Deathwatch are taking a huge nerf in the frag cannon department. But at the same time, they can also take the Infernus Heavy Bolter still. So that's nice. Which does get the upgrade. What does the Infernus Heavy Bolter cost points-wise? Has that been increased? 2 points. Oh, okay. Cool. That's really good. No more frag cannons for me. I'm just going to take 2 Infernus Heavy Bolters, I think. 2 Infernus Heavy Bolters. Lay down that 2 damage, rapid fire, whatever. And then a bunch of assault rifles on intercessors so you can run around. Yeah. Sounds pretty good. Of course, they could also take a Blade Guard Veteran, Heavy Intercessor. That all works as well. Let's find out if that's happened over here as well with the grav weapons. Yeah. If target has a save characteristic of 3 up or better, the weapon has 2 damage. Cool. Yeah. That's not really a buff or a nerf, it just smooths out the curve. Yes, Vanguard, that's right. I think we're going to see a lot of Infernus Heavy Bolters. I think we're actually going to see a lot more Deathwatch now, which is cool. Deathwatch have always been cool, so I like that. Power Fist, Chain Fist damage swapped. Let's have a look, shall we? Where's that? So the Chain Fist is D3 damage. The Power Fist is 2 damage. I don't know, is that how it's supposed to be? Curie custom buttons for tasks in my desktop? Not really. I just have something called fences, which lets me hide all of my buttons up here. Yeah. Just because I was getting very stressed with how busy my desktop was. Krizdog, yes we have. There's 17 points. And you can take one at 17 points if you want. But if you want to take a heavy bolter, that's 6 points. So 25 points. I agree, Crovan. You know what? So the last game I played on TTS over in the Command Point server was... No, it was Custodes. But before that, in their first ever tournament, I ran Deathwatch because I thought that would be fun. It wasn't. It wasn't. Do Lightning Claws still reroll wounds? Yes, they do. They get 1 extra attack and they reroll wounds. And how much do they cost? Let's find out. Who knows? Lightning Claws, 1 point. Yeah, sounds good. Power Swords, 2 points. Seems pretty good to me. Yep, still 1 point. And Power Swords are what we expect, I assume. +1 strength, AP -3, 2 points, not bad at all. Yeah, I'm always around. Jump in my Discord, drop a message, tag me, at me, all that stuff. I'm rarely the best person to ask though. So if you go into the specific sub-channel about whichever faction you're interested in, there are probably people better than I am in that particular sub-faction. But if you've got questions, I can always answer. Oh, Thunderhammers are now flat 3 damage. Weren't they always? Were they D6? I'm thinking of the Grey Knight's Nemesis Thunderhammer, which has always been 3. Well, okay. Thunderhammer's now 3 damage instead of D6. Cool. Heavy Intercessors... can Heavy Intercessors take all specs? It's one of the main reasons to take Primaris in Deathwatch. Do you mean Heavy Intercessors? Or do you mean regular Intercessors? Because Intercessors now have all specs on the datasheet, as they always have, which is good. Is the auxiliary grenade launch the same? Yes. Cool. Right. Heavy Intercessor is... I mean, there's no all specs here. I didn't check what a Hellstorm bolt rifle is. Let's find out. Because I've got no idea. Hellstorm, where are we? Assault 3, Strength 5. Ooh. Ooh, okay. How many points is that going to set me back, though? 0. I'm writing my list now. Okay, we're going to be Deathwatch. We're going to take 2 Infernus Heavy Bolters. Everything else is going to be Heavy Intercessor with the Hellstorm Bolt Rifle. Game winner. Boom. Assault 3, Strength 5 that you can make AP 1 or 2 depending on range. Or if you fancy Wound on 2s, but when you're Strength 5 you don't really need that. Boom. I'll run that list. Nice. Power Axe. Well, first off, the Power Axe is going to cost 2 points. And then Strength plus 2, AP minus 2, damage 1. Dross 47, I agree. I think the Necrons kind of got shafted a little bit in this release. Mainly because, so don't get me wrong, what happened to them is good. I would assume they have had overall a power increase from this, but intercessors are still the same. But we thought we were getting new units, so this is pretty weird, I've got to say. Each faction is going to get an update like this with 2 per book. It's very possible. So I haven't really spoken about this yet, but there are 2 ways GW can go. Either this is how they are updating Kill Team, so they're going to do it in tandem with 40k, where every 6 months or 3-4 months, whatever, we're going to get 2 more factions getting their update. To keep us in line with 40k, so logically that would now be Death Guard and Drukhari in the next one. Or this is just to tide us over until we get Kill Team 2, I would assume in a year's time. Yeah. Sire, why are you disappointed by this? There's lots of reasons to be disappointed. I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but like, yeah, just curious, really. Necron Gorse Reapers. The Gorse Reapers are what we expect. They're just the same as they are in Kill Team. 40k 9th. Sorry. Yes, this one is really about Deathwatch. I can see Deathwatch getting some really big buffs from this, which is good. They needed it, to be fair. They're not going to be getting any new tactics, and Marines have just had Death Deny drop to 2 CP again. So that is... Death Deny is really good. Are regular power weapons now inferior to Lightning Claws? No, I don't... I mean, as always, it depends who you're up against. For me, one of the big things I never liked about the Power Sword, loved the AP, obviously, but it not having any +2 wound, so, or, you know, it being user strength, was a really big setback for it, because typically those that could take it were strength 3 and 4. Specifically, I'm thinking about, for example, Banshees, who can take a Power Sword. Now, are Banshees going to be upgraded to +1? Like, that would be huge for Eldar, even. If Banshees are now taking +1, making them strength 4 to their strength for the Power Swords, like, that's really big. I am now personally in favour. Again, it also depends. If you're on a 1-attack model, that's no good. Keep in mind also, Deathwatch veterans obviously can all take Power Swords still. So that's really good for Deathwatch veterans, if that's something you want to do. I'm not sure you're going to be taking Deathwatch veterans anymore, and I'm not sure you're going to be giving them Power Swords, but it's something to consider, because those would be really killing. How does a Blade Guard veteran? Yeah, okay, so you know what? I said this earlier in one of my streams. Let's go over Terminators, which, by the way, I completely forgot to look at their points. How much does the Terminator cost? 25 points. Is that cheaper? That feels cheaper. Didn't they used to be like 35? Okay, so you can take a Blade Guard veteran with a 3-up save, T5, for Where is he? 24 points. And there are no weapons you can give him that make him cost more. Now, the Terminator is 25 points, but he's going to have a 2-up save, 3 wounds. Oh, the Blade Guard Veteran is also 3 wounds. So you're just getting +1 to your save. Wait, don't Blade Guard Veterans have a shield? What does their shield do? Let's find out. Storm Shield. +1 to saving throws made for this model, excluding invulns. In addition, it has a 4-up invuln. Okay, so you both have a 2-up save. Blade Guard Veterans have a better invuln than Terminators, unless they've updated the Terminator. 5-up invuln. So you get +1 on your invuln save. You're both 3 wounds. You're both T4. Blade Guard Veterans faster. Okay. Heavy bolt pistol. Can you take anything else? To be honest, I'd probably keep them with the heavy bolt pistol, which costs nothing, and then just run them naked, essentially, because they're really tough already. But with that said, I'm preferring the heavy intercessor just for utility. And that T5. T5 is really tough to get through in kill team. There aren't many weapons that can get through it on 2s, so you're always on 3s at best. But obviously, you know, very different models that are going to do very different things. I'll leave it on the points for a moment. If you were expecting that, I think you're just wish listing there, to be honest with you, mate. I mean, we all would have liked that, but to be fair, we never had any indication GW was going to do that. So, strongly worded email. Don't know who to do it to. So you're just going to write a strongly worded email, save it to yourself. That's a good idea. Drost. Okay. Well, Fox, if they're going heavy on selling books, it is working. My gosh. So many books for Kill Team now. It's getting a bit silly. And you need them all. Yeah, I suspect that they could go ahead and make this how they update Kill Team now. New book every 3 or 4 months, along with the new box set. Othilian, no, GK aren't being updated. This is only Space Marines and coincidentally Deathwatch, as other people have already answered you. Will there be enough change in Death Guard and Drukhari? Ooh, well, we don't know, do we? But to be fair, like, Death Guard have had some really big changes in 9th, so I could see some of them coming over here. Like, I know that Death Guard now have quite big issues regarding how they do things, don't they? Like, you have to take a certain number of Poxwalkers to be able to take more of their better, like, Death Guard units, Blade Marine units. Maybe they'd implement something like that. Have to have 2 Poxwalkers per Blade Marine or something, you know? Oh, sorry, William, you're right. Does the Storm Shield cost more? It does, doesn't it? Gosh, egg on my face. Storm Shield costs 5 points, yeah. Three attacks on the Blade Guard, 2 attacks on the Terminator. Winterhauer 23, everything got reworked, but just personally I think that one of the biggest reworks would be the death marks, because they now have they're hitting on 2s with a better weapon. But you know, like Necrons, Immortals are now T5 and 2 attacks. That's not terrible. They can kind of do a little bit of everything now, Immortals. Like, you could just spam Immortals and end up doing whatever you want with them. Okay, they're not as good as flayed ones, obviously, but if one of them ended up in a fight, it's not the end of the world. Matthew Hull, no, I only have what I've shown you now. Just data sheets. the Deathwatch thing and points. That's all I've got. You know what? I will ask for the sub-factions to see if any of them have changed. I doubt they have, but if you go to my Discord, I will have, hopefully, the sub-faction picture up there for you. Yeah. Sean Oberg, I 100% agree. I would much rather buy compendiums, but that's what the annual was supposed to be, frankly. Right. Have all mentions of chainsaws been replaced with Astartes chainsaws? That's a good question. Oh, I do happen to be leaving it on a veteran page. Does a chainsaw even still exist? Yeah, a chainsaw doesn't exist anymore. So everything is an Astartes chainsword. It must be, right? And they're no longer saying, generally, from what I've seen here, you can now take a chainsword. They're saying you can take a close combat weapon. Yeah, it just says pick something from the melee weapons list. Yeah. So there is no chainsword in this game anymore. For the Astartes, obviously a chainsaw does still exist. I know the Eldar can take them. Right, cheers, Mark. When Howell 23, I would say, don't get stressed. This is a bunch of new stuff that you don't really need to understand at the moment. We're hyped about this because we've been playing this game for 2.5 years. So new stuff is really cool for us. And we can relate all of this to what it was before. But if you're just going out and this is your first time into Kill Team, if you're not interested in Marines or Necrons, you can ignore this book. There you go. You're done. But I don't... these are just pictures I have saved on my phone. On my computer, sorry. I don't have a link to these. But I'll be posting all of these in my Discord channels. If you want to jump in there and check it out, feel free. And I'm sure that all of these are going to end up on both Facebook and Reddit and the general private WhatsApp and Telegram groups tomorrow. So, yeah. All right. Cool. Well, thank you very much for coming along, everybody. Do the death marks get a rework? Yes, they do, Mystic Flare. Cool. Oh, yes, you're right, Matthew. The heavy intercessor costs 1 extra point, so he's 17 to 18, then plus 6 for the heavy bolter. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Right. I think this has been long enough. It's been a little bit over an hour. I've shown you everything. Check the if you were just here for the stream, thank you very much for coming along. Awesome, good job, you. I hope this has been exciting. If you want to get these pictures for yourself, check out the description. Click on the join my Discord thing. These are going to be posted in there for everyone to take and save. And like I said, obviously not everybody uses Discord or wants to be in my Discord, in which case I have no doubt all of these are going to be up on Facebook pages, Reddits, etc. By 10 minutes after I post them, probably. So yeah, thank you very much. Anyway, this has been Glass Half Dead. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. I hope that you're excited about about this. Personally, my takeaway from this is I might play some Deathwatch now. Before, it was a real struggle to justify playing Deathwatch. Now, there's a whole bunch of new stuff. Hello, Janice. Thanks for popping in. I'm just finishing. So, yeah, I think I might try out some Deathwatch, see what I can do with them. And yes, everybody, if you made it to the end, it's not going to be a pirate win noise, but a triple hello. Thank you very much. The way the YouTube algorithm works is crazy. I don't even understand it, but I do know that engagement helps, which means comments, likes, subscribes, and, bizarrely, watching the entire video and then going on to watch more, which means everybody that's made it this far, big triple hello. Thank you very much. I'm hyped. Once this stream ends, drop a comment on the video itself telling me what you're excited about, what you're disappointed by. I think everything's going to be okay. No need to freak out about heavy intercessors until we see how they actually play on the board. I think we're all right. Okay. All right. Okay. Everybody, thank you very much. This has been really good. I'm really excited for this. I have no doubt you're going to see some Deathwatch on the channel soon. Thank you very much. What's the final thing I say? I can't remember. It's late. My brain is frazzled. I hope you've had a good day, and I hope you continue to have a good day. Goodbye, everybody.